A year ago, I had the pleasure of interviewing a former US Marine who told me about his dreams to move to New Zealand from California with his family. Today, a year later, I'm catching up with him and finding all about what that story looked like.
The 14K trail run through Paekakariki, Queen Elizabeth Park, having the US Marines Memorial there. You know, as we collect the bib numbers to wear, the number to run, the number that I got, of all the numbers that I got, was 420. My best Marine buddy passed away on April 20th. When I got that bib number, it said 420 on it. April 20th. And I'm running through the Marines Memorial, just thinking about him, the day, and just sharing, just remembering that I told him before he passed that I'm moving to New Zealand. He said he would visit me, and he sure did.
Let's jump on in and chat with the lovely VD.
NZ Ahead, coming to you from Taranaki, New Zealand.
VD, welcome back to the NZ Ahead podcast. For the second time, I'm thrilled to have you back here with me.
I'm again, I'm excited. And just to do this 1 year recap is such a great time for me and our family, just to share everything that we've been going through. And just to let you know right now, it's been a dream.
It's been a dream. Okay, I cannot wait. I just said to you before we started recording, I've been looking forward to this so much. So for the people who didn't watch your first episode or you listened to your first podcast, and I will put the link in the description below where you share all your story about why you wanted to move to New Zealand. It's one of our most popular episodes and videos. But for people who didn't catch that video yet, could you please give us a quick brief of who you are and how you came to be in New Zealand?
Yeah, for sure. First off, thank you so much for that interview. That came to be in just in its own thing, and just to be able to share my story to the world on record kind of gives me that sense of ownership in who I am, and so it's just aligned with everything. So real quick, my name is VD. I'm from California, the Bay Area, California, near San Francisco. And my wife is Hien. I got a 10-year-old daughter now, Raywin, and an 8-year-old son, Otis. And as the title said on the first interview, USA Marine moves family to New Zealand. And I was in the Marine Corps for 12 years and one deployment in Iraq, 2008, came back 2009, and knew that my life had to change. Met my wife that year, 2009. We had a honeymoon here 10 years ago in New Zealand. Fell in love. 10 years later, we're here with our family, living the dream.
Living the dream. And, you know, you are part of our NZ Ahead community, and you're always bringing positivity to the Slack community and saying that this is the best thing you've ever done and don't ever hesitate about moving to New Zealand. Today, I want to dive in. And the first thing I'm going to ask you, I want to know about the kids and your life and your everything. But the first question I want to ask you is, you held New Zealand in your heart for so long while you were living in the United States. Has the reality, sometimes when we dream of something, it's like, oh, it's going to be amazing, it's going to be this, it's going to be that. Has the reality of living in New Zealand, you've been here a year now, has it been anything like you thought it was going to be living in New Zealand with your family?
Oh, man. Reality versus expectations, right? It exceeded my expectations. You know, it totally exceeded it. And things that you can't explain, things that has happened to us, I could have never come up with it. It just came to us. I didn't have low expectations or high expectations or anything. Just bringing that positivity and just living your day and being open to opportunities, to meeting new people, saying yes to activities and experiences leads you to different things. It's like a stepping stone towards happiness, you know? And I said this in the last interview about being silent, right? Because silence is compliance. You have to speak it up. And I shared that quote about being silent. Our hearts already know the melody to the song. Our minds haven't heard the words to yet. You simply have to speak it out into existence. And I think about that a lot. And like, again, it wasn't about expectations. It's about just living in alignment with who you are and just accepting anything that comes your way. And because of that, I wasn't let down when things didn't come my way. I wasn't so overjoyed when it did. It's just riding the waves. You can't control it. Just ride the waves, and to immerse yourself in this culture and this community, it's just exceeded my expectations. Like, now I can let down my guard and just tell you right now on the record with everyone here that yes, man, it's just been a dream. And the things that have come to fruition in our family, oh man, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, how did I get here? How did I deserve this? And I feel guilty sometimes, like, because I know people are trying to come here, and it doesn't have to be New Zealand. It could be anywhere else, but just because you're following your heart, you're trying to get to places, into a place of fulfillment, not just success, but fulfillment. And it's a dream. I can't express how much gratitude I feel with my family and our growth and how close we've gotten ever since we moved here in just 365 days. How much we've grown. This has been wonderful.
Whereabouts are you in New Zealand? Whereabouts are you living?
The Kapiti Coast in Waikanae specifically.
Okay, Waikanae. And you went there and you stayed there. You didn't go anywhere else. You went there and you stayed there. Is that right?
Yes. The first job offer that my wife Hien got was in Paparaumu at the Coastlands Mall as a pharmacist. And we looked around for schools and everything, and we ended up in Waikanae. And we're still here.
You love it, obviously.
Yeah, love it.
Yes. Yeah, it's a beautiful
it's
part of New Zealand.
It is. And I do understand the sentiment around the Kapiti Coast, right? You got from Pakakariki, Ramri and Paparaumu to all the way up to Otaki. And now, see, like, I can say those places. I know my geography now, and it's great because I know the sentiment now with the northern part of the coast and the southernmost part of the coast and all the people in between. And I just love that coastline, just all those beaches and all the personalities that it's just a different town already from the southern part of it to the most northern part. It's like different people, and I go to Otaki every week for my kids' kung fu. And we have family and friends down at the bottom, at Ramadi and then Pakakariki, which I have to say, I didn't say this before, but I cannot believe that the United States Marines Memorial is on the Kapiti Coast. Of all places, being a Marine myself, seeing the sign from the motorway, U.S. Marine Memorial, I just like, what is this? And then I checked it out. Me and my son did a 14K trail run through it, and just seeing the barracks and all the placards and the history, went to the museum, learned about it. So much history with the Marines being here in 1942 during World War II. And so that's one of them. That's just one of them that I just felt like, as a Marine, of all places in New Zealand, we landed here, where the Marines landed in 1942. Yeah. And just to take in that history, that part of myself.
And in our last episode that we did together, you talked a lot about signs, and I'm a huge believer in this. I think this is why me and you connect so well, is I'm also a believer of signs in the universe and following your heart, and that beautiful quote that you said last time, it rang so true to me. And so to see that sign for the US Marines Memorial, you must have just thought, oh, I'm in the right, I'm here. Like, this was calling to me. It was.
Oh, check this out.
Go on.
Not only when my son and I ran the 14K trail run through Pakakariki, Queen Elizabeth Park, having the U.S. Marines Memorial there. As we collect the bib numbers to wear, the number to run, the number that I got, of all the numbers that I got, was 420. I said this in our interview. My best Marine buddy passed away on April 20th. When I got that bib number, it said 420 on it. April 20th. And I'm running through the Marines Memorial, just thinking about him, the day, and just sharing, just remembering that I told him before he passed that I'm moving to New Zealand. He said he would visit me. And he sure did. He sure did. Yeah, these signs, right? I know it sounds woo-woo, right? You tell your friends,
no,
it's just a coincidence or no way, but you have to just lean into it. Just lean into it for once. We're not alone in this galaxy. We're not alone. We're not alone. No one's alone.
No.
Right? We're here for each other. We got each other's backs. And just know there is a special person watching you from above.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that personally, even though you're telling the whole world. And everyone listening to that just takes that as such a personal message. Vidi, you have come over here with your family. Your wife is a pharmacist. You've got your 2 children. And again, go and listen back to the episode about why they called their daughter Raywin. It's just so beautiful to hear that story. Was everything plain sailing for the kids as well? I mean, I don't want to put a downer on. I'm not trying to look for come on, give us some negatives, but I don't mean that. I just mean, what's your family like? Like, are they all as equally as bright and open and willing as you are, positive, or was there any tough times? And if there were, what were they and how did you deal with them?
Look, we're a normal family, okay? There's nothing that separates us from anyone. Okay, we have our trials, we have our struggles, all right. We have our pains and sorrows and good valleys and peaks, and that's why there's that father and mother dynamic, right? The father kind of would hold it together and say push through, and then the mother is like consoling and more the one where the kids can come to and cry to and hug and it's my job, I feel, to uphold that peace and joy. And yes, for example, my daughter did have a hard time. Yeah, it was natural. She was in tears and emotional and really missing California, right? And I just want to note that I changed my wording from saying home. I don't say back home anymore because this is my home. It took me a little bit of time, but now I switch it from family back in California, right? I don't say back home because this is my home now. So I don't want to, it's about shifting your perspective. So I tell my daughter, Raywin, you'll always have your family in California, your friends there in California, all right? Remember the elevator analogy I told you. We're in an elevator. We're going on to top floor right now. If you want to get on the next level, you need to let people out. Okay, there's a maximum capacity. Let them out. Press your button wherever you want to go in life. Go up. You're going to have to get out on some floors, experience that floor, get back in the elevator, come back up. And as much as it was painful to just, I know that heartache because I've been away from home like that. One of the biggest heartaches was being away from my wife, Hin, when she was volunteering overseas for 6 months, that was the biggest heartache for me. Like I never knew that that was like a physical thing, so invisible but so real at the same time, to feel that heartache of missing family. And I know how that feels, especially when I went to Iraq. That was hard. And so when I saw my daughter going through that, and my son Otis, I looked at it as a gift, and I told my wife, let them, please, just let them feel it. Let them. They're gonna. They're 8 years old. They're 10 years old. They're gonna feel this heartache at some point in their life. Now, it's a safe feeling. We're here with them. Let them feel it, and it's still a thing, right? There are good days. There are bad days, but there are way more good days. But yeah, every now and then they do miss California, because we still long for it. It's only been 1 year. And hey, we're not trying to create a copy of what we had back in the States, right? This is totally different. But now they have such a worldly view about everything. We put them in Kung Fu. Raymond's doing piano. The Kapa Haka, they're both in Kapa Haka too, and doing all the Maori traditional dances and singing. The Pofiris, the introductions at school, going to the Marais, they're excelling. From touch rugby, I coach soccer for Otis, and I was fortunate to coach touch rugby on our last game, and it was just so much fun. And they're very busy. They're doing a lot, from like hip hop dance to theater, and I've been meeting so many people through the kids, and because of that, I think the community really held us tight. They held us together. I have families and friends that I can talk to anytime I have a down day, And so it's a great place. People are so open, just meeting us and asking how we're doing. And so it won't be like California, and there's a reason for it, right? It's for growth.
I want to, thinking about the word home, it's very, very personal. It's a very personal thing for me at the moment, and I'm using this as a kind of therapy session. So thank you for that. I feel like I'm with my therapist right now, but the word home, you've just said California is no longer home and New Zealand is home. What creates the feeling of home for you? What makes somewhere home? What is it?
Oh man, it has to be peace. Just have peace of mind, just to come home and feel, like I said, it's not a place of success. It's a place of fulfillment that really makes you feel like at home. Listening to the beat of your own drum, and following your heart, that's home to me. I'm not saying that California will never be home again. It was a home for me, right? But now that I'm here with my wife and kids, this is our home. This is our sanctuary. This is our place. Come home to me, come home. Like when we talk about comfort food, and that's another story. I've been cooking a lot of Vietnamese food, and it really takes me home. That's the feeling. It's not a place. It's a feeling, right? Home is just with your family and who you feel like you can become, right? You're coming home to yourself. And I know at the end of all this, when I'm like, say, 80 years old, and I look back and I think, and I go back to where I was born, back in Oakland, California, and I just look around and just think about, okay, I was born here. That was my nationality, American. My ethnicity, I'm Vietnamese. I was born in Oakland, California. Yes, that was my root. That was my home. But home doesn't have to be in that one place forever. That's not you. It might have been back in the old days and everything as a survival, as a tool. But we are such travelers now. We're like, it's 2026. We can live anywhere. Who's to say home is where you were born? Who was to say home was where you grew up with your mom and dad, right? Just the generation before, my mom grew up in Vietnam. I grew up in America. My kids are gonna grow up in New Zealand. What's home for them? I don't know. Home is just where we're at here together as a family, as a unit, and to grow together, and that's home. That's where we place our roots. We're just, planting ourselves in different places. It's not a place, it's just a feeling.
Yes, I agree. I'm so glad you said that. And home is coming home to yourself. Yes, absolutely, 100%. I didn't know the words for it, and you've just articulated that. So thank you for putting my mind at ease, because I've been struggling with that myself, traveling and around, and so thank you. When we last spoke, talking about Vietnamese things and cooking, you said that you wanted to bring Vietnamese coffee. You were going to maybe get a coffee stall and bring Vietnamese coffee to New Zealand. Did that transpire, or are you doing something else, or are you being a stay-at-home dad? What are you doing with your days? How are you filling your days?
Well, the thing is, I'm learning to be a first time. Now they call it house husband, which I like better because stay at home moms. The acronym with that was SAM. I'm a stay at home mom, and if I said stay at home dad, I don't want to be. I don't want to be sad.
No, definitely not. No.
So 3 or 4 people have told me, you're a house hubby. You're a house husband. I like that. I'm a house husband. Yeah. All right. So as a house husband, I do most of the cooking, and we shop around, and a year now, we found a couple of Asian grocery stores in Pororua and the Lower Hutt that had Vietnamese coffee, had the beans. Oh, I can't explain my just elation when I saw it. I bought them all. I bought all the boxes. And the specific condensed milk that I use for this Vietnamese coffee is actually nearby at a New World. So I stocked up on that. Must have made probably over 100 cups of coffee for neighbors and friends. And I made it for the whole school staff as well. I invited all of them in to the office. I did join the PTA. I am good friends with the PTA president. As I said, I was a PTA president in the past for 3 years. And I've met the PTA president here. We're good friends. We just went to his daughter's birthday party. Man, everyone loved it. I haven't met anyone that said, I don't like it. And it's just so different. Some people have gone to Vietnam and had it, and they're like, it took them back to it. So I love making it for family and friends. And for at the moment, it's just sharing the coffee and sharing how I make it and the history about it. I do want to start something, but right now, I don't feel like it's the time. We're in the middle of possibly moving to another part of Waikanae. So my focus is on that right now. But the idea of selling coffee is still there. I do want to open one up, let's say at a farmer's market. I'm still testing it out on how to make it in big batches, because what if I run out quick? So I'm trying to find the supply. And I got their direct phone number, and they would text me and tell me that they got more units. So that's where I'm at.
Just what is a Vietnam? I mean, I know because I've been to Vietnam, but just tell people what is a Vietnamese coffee? I bet they're thinking, what is it?
Yeah, Vietnamese coffee is, I believe Vietnam is the second largest coffee producer, and Robusta beans. That's what is, that's the type of beans that is used. And it's strong. Okay. You cannot do a French press, or, what you call it, a plunger here. You can't put it through the espresso machine. It's going to come out too fast, too quick. There is a big difference. There's a fin. It's called a fin filter, PHIN, fin. It's usually in 3 parts or 4 parts, right? You have the saucer and with the holes, and then a container that goes on top of that with holes underneath as well. And you pour the coffee in there, and there's a gravity weight that you drop in there, and you pour the water in, and it drips out very, very slowly over your cup, and it yields like, like 30 milliliters of water of coffee. Then you add your preferred condensed milk to your liking, to your sweetness level. Stir it up, pour it over ice. In Vietnam, it's always hot and humid, so it's always over ice. It's rarely do you have hot coffee in Vietnam. And I know here in New Zealand, it's all about hot coffee. Yeah, there's some cold, but it's mostly hot. So
Yeah.
I feel like maybe if I can dive into this market with the cold coffee in the summer, or you want something different. So that's what it is. It's iced Vietnamese coffee. It's very strong. You do not want to have this coffee at 12 or even like 1, 2, 3. You'll be up all night, and it's very good. People love it, and I make it for family and friends as a treat. Like my neighbor across the street was doing some yard work, and I just made the cup of coffee and just left it right on the lawn. They came out, I looked at them like, and they're like, "Oh yes," I love sharing the coffee. It's just good. It's just really good.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks for explaining what that is. It makes me really want a coffee now. I'm like, oh, I really want one.
I'm definitely making one after this now.
Yeah, that would be flipping lovely. Yeah, it would. Look, you left. I don't want to talk to you about New Zealand things, because there are so many things, so many interviews that I've done that are like talk about what you can buy and all that. I want to know about you, and because this, like I say, the first when we talk, there's so much emotion and so much in heart feeling when we talk. When you left America, did all of VD come over to New Zealand, or did you leave a part of yourself behind in America? And if so, what was that part that you left behind, or did you even do that?
You are here because you love New Zealand.
You might be moving to New Zealand.
Living in New Zealand, or you might just spend your days dreaming of visiting this gorgeous country. Because we love New Zealand as much as you do, we have compiled a short and very unique 5-day video series showcasing life in New Zealand, what it's really like. These videos are real, they are exclusive, and best of all, they're absolutely free. So if you would like to view New Zealand from the inside out and find out what life is really like down here, sign up now, and every day for 5 days we will send you a personal 3-minute video showcasing some brilliant aspect of life in New Zealand. You are gonna love it. Go to www.nzahead.com/free. We can't wait to share those videos with you. Okay, let's get back on with the show.
So what was that part that you left behind, or did you even do that?
Gosh, man, you just how did you know this?
Oh.
I feel like I'm in a therapy session. I did not prepare for this. I think what I'm leaving is just being in the Marine Corps, just and my time in Iraq, just really kind of screwed me up in those years after. And a lot of myself that I'm leaving behind is trying to forgive myself and forget that, and allow people to not understand what I went through. Not everyone's going to understand. I have to let that go. Coming here, I'm still my full 100% VD energy. Like, I express my love to everybody. And I express my time in Iraq too, everything, all my struggles. But the one thing that I just want to leave in the United States is that past trauma that I went through. I don't want to take it with me. This is not where I want to start my life here. I don't want to, I do still have my days. I do. I curl up. I do. I curl up in a ball. And to be honest, like, I let it out. But I got to snap out of it. I snap out of it, and it's over a lot quicker. Before, in the States, I would just be in the room or just panic attacks and had to hide myself and then I'm like sharing the story and not everyone understands and so when you asked me that question, the first thing that came to my mind was my mom. What's cool is that just a couple of days ago, I did a spoken word performance at a nearby coffee shop, and it was about my mom. It was about her not understanding why we moved here, and that's something that I'm leaving behind. Not just leaving my mom behind, but leaving behind the idea that I had to have her understand my big why we came here, and also to understand my struggles when I was in Iraq, and 10 years after that. So that's what I'm leaving behind, and I'm at a really good place now. I'm so glad you asked that. Like, how did you how did you know? Yeah, and I just did a spoken word performance about it just a couple of days on Thursday.
I know because I feel this thing with you. I feel it. I know you feel it too. I feel this connection to you. And when you speak, it sings to my heart. It really does. And that's why I had to ask you that question. And I'm so glad I did. And thank you for honestly and answering it so honestly. Please, will you just tell me what a spoken word performance is? What does that mean when you say you did that? What does that mean?
Spoken word performance. So I am a poet. A poet.
Of course you are.
I want to be a motivational, inspirational poet and spoken word artist, and I have a lot of thoughts in my mind, and it's about figuring out how to put that pain, from transferring that pain into pencil onto paper, and to put it all out there, off from pages to stages, and that's poetry right there. Using words and alliteration and intonations of the voice, putting your blues out there into the audience, and allow them to feel your story through wordplay, storytelling. And, instead of someone looking at a piece of art and interpreting it for themselves, which everyone can see it differently, spoken word poetry, the person is on stage and in front of the crowd and performing it, and it doesn't have to be memorized, but, I like to memorize it, but it allows you to move around and express yourself. So it's very Shakespearean, and you're getting around, you're walking around and being it's very active and interactive sometimes, with if you feel what they're saying, and I love it. It's just, I've done several spoken word performances here already at the local coffee shops. And the very first one I did was called Zygomaticus. And that was my very first spoken word that I wrote in one day at work when I was just full of love. It was for my wife and our anniversary. And I spoke about my kids in the poetry. I spoke about how we met, and it's called Zygomaticus. And the Zygomaticus is the muscle in your cheek jawbone that lifts up and back that makes you smile.
Is there somewhere that you're putting this? Is it online somewhere? Have you got a channel that I'll link? I mean, tell me whatever you want to tell me, and I'll link to it all. If you've got somewhere that we could go and watch it.
Oh yes,
this is totally. We didn't know this, by the way. This isn't planned. I didn't know this.
Oh, I love talking off the cuff. It's just conversation. We're just sitting in a room together and then getting to know each other. I started a public Instagram, and for my spoken word, and it's not just spoken word poetry. It's just a lot of just sharing myself. I did a video of me about speaking your truth. Walking out to the beach, screaming out into the ocean, and saying to myself, "I deserve this. I deserve this." Stuff like that. And it's a lot of videos like that. I have some videos of me and my kids and teaching them lessons, life lessons, and yeah, and there are several spoken word pieces in there, and I have so much that I want to work on. My wife's been telling me I should work on them at least like an hour a day because it's starting to, stretch out over months. And, sometimes I overthink it and I want to do something really good with it, but I should just speak it out, right? I need to just take my own advice and just speak it out. And the only reason why I did the last spoken word poetry about my mom is because I walked by the coffee shop and Ivan, he's from New York, the coffee owner from New York. He goes, VD, come in here. Hey, we have an improv night Thursday. Come here. I was like, you know what? Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there. It's moments like that. I said that in our last interview, first one. People call you out and put you on the spot. You have to just lean into it. If someone says that to you like that, and you've been thinking about it, oh yeah, that was a huge reminder. Okay, if you're not gonna do it for you, someone just set this individual to me and say, hey, you need to get on this. Yeah, and I did it, and it was wonderful. I met a lot of good people. These improv nights are great. So many cool musicians and artists and singers and just So I love doing it. I love spoken word.
I do too. And I love the fact that you're sharing this, because we have a lot of people come through the community. They'll join the community and they'll say either they or their children, usually it's their children because they're thinking of their kids before themselves, are creatives and artists and actors and singers, musicians. And they have this perception about New Zealand that it's fine if you like rugby and it's fine if you like kayaking or trekking or, being outdoors or abseiling or whatever. I am so glad, and actually I am honored to witness a true creator at heart, a poet who is blooming down there on the Kapiti coast in New Zealand. If someone had said that to you, like you're going to come to New Zealand and you're just going to explode creatively and you're going to find all these, this coffee shop and this guy from New York and he's going to invite you to read your poetry, do spoken word. I want the person listening to this who is an artist or a creator or something they've got bursting inside them that they want to bring out to the world to share. I want you to be inspired by VD sitting in front of you, sharing this with you. So, yeah, I think it's absolutely wonderful. I mean, you come from California. California is like surely, I don't know this for a fact, but surely it's where all the movie stars come from, and it's like where all the creators are. And do you feel that you have been given more of an opportunity to be your more creative self, to share these creative gifts that you have with the world? Do you feel that New Zealand has given that to you?
Oh, definitely. Just the mere fact that the population here is a lot less. There's no time restraint. Like, hey, you only got 5 minutes on stage, or you only got 10 minutes. Or the crowd is so large it scares you away. There's so many coffee shops, so many improv places that you can join, so many opportunities. But it's not just that. I feel like the audience here is so much more open to just so much more engaging and open to hearing your story. Because I guess when I introduce myself, I say my name's VD from California, and already that kind of lights up the interest. Like, what's this guy got to say? Like, what's his take? So that's why it's really interesting. I'm not just American coming from California, but I'm Asian. I'm Vietnamese. I do stand out. I know there's not that many around here, and especially when I say I was a former Marine, and that's when the crowd goes like, "Whoa, what's he thinking?" I know there's conflict going on around the world right now, which I will not get into, but it does spark interest. And whatever I speak, I think they want to really sincerely want to know. And but then I think it's a surprise to them as well because when I share stories about my mom or struggles or any one of my poems, it removes all that layers of who I am. I'm just like you. I'm just like you. We all have the same stories. So whatever stage you want to perform on, whether in the States, in California, in San Francisco to LA, you know, you have to just speak it. You never know who that one individual in the audience will be. Who it might be someone from New Zealand. I go to a coffee shop nearby and I speak, and they had no idea that I'm an American Marine from California speaking about something that they went through. So it's the same thing, but they're more accepting and more open to it. I would say for comedians too, oh, you will have the floor, right? There's not much heckling. There's like, hey, you can have all the time you want. You can be on the stage for 30 minutes, an hour, and no one's gonna judge. Everyone's very open to it. No one's gonna judge. You make a mistake, it's fine. It's called improv. It's real. We welcome the mistakes. We welcome the quiet audience and everything. You know, it's your stage to shine, to practice. So you gotta just let down that wall. You know, I know it's a little nerve wracking, right? Public speaking, but you get up there and everyone's very accepting of you and welcoming of it.
You know, I'm still trying to figure out what New Zealand, because again, it's you will get this question a lot. As any new immigrant gets this question. It's like, why New Zealand? What's so special about New Zealand? Apart from the fact that it's a beautiful country and the population is less and all the usual stats that you can tell people, but there is something about New Zealand, and I don't think I'm confident enough to try and say the words what it is, because I'm not 100% sure, but there is something in the air, the nature, the land. There is something that is very, very, I want to say magical, enriching in, again,
It is.
like
It is very
yeah,
healing. This place is spiritual. It is truly
it
spiritual.
is spiritual. There you go. That's the word I wanted. Spiritual. Talk to me about that. Tell me more about that.
Man, it's hard to put into words, right? When we
It
went on
is.
our family hikes on trails and going to the beach and just looking around and feeling the sun on your face, just the wind, and you can't help but just think like the further you are away from the world, the closer you are to home. To me, that's how I feel, and it's like cut all the noise out, and then you really open up your eye to that, your third eye, if you will, to that world, and just let it, like I say, flow through you, through your peace and through that feeling of home. It feels wonderful, and it's just you hear the birds and everything. And I'm sure there are many places like this in the world, but because of other reasons why I'm here and why I love New Zealand, that it has this too. Like, on top of everything, it has this too. It's the people, it's the community, it's the ocean, it's the sun, the mountains, the trees, the birds. It's everything. That is, and I think
Yes.
even Kiwis or New Zealanders, Maoris, even those that live here, don't even see it. Some people don't even see it. I come in from outside perspective, and they're like, "Wow, I never heard anyone speak about New Zealand, my country, like that before." You know, some people that live near the beaches, right? They know never even gone to the beach, or they only been there the past like once a year. And I come here and like I go there like every day. Like I'm here to remind you, you have a beautiful place here. And you get out more. And just soak it in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's it's
Thank
it's
you.
uh
Thanks. Yeah,
very
it's a
spiritual.
it is. It is. And I appreciate you sharing those words. And, something as you were talking, I thought going back to something you said earlier about home doesn't have to be home. The same home isn't, where you have to be it isn't always the same place, is what I'm trying to say. And I thought, do we bring, as a person, what we need out of the country? Do we bring that to the country and it answers us? That's how I look at it sometimes. It's like, I need something out of this country. Like I want to be nourished and shared and nurtured and loved by this country, and it answers. And when you just said there's lots of places around the world that are like this, I agree. I've been around many, many places in the world, and I feel this love of the land, this depth of wrapping its arms around you and saying, I've got you, you're fine. I'm here. The land is here. And I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I think it's one of those, I think that we bring out the best. New Zealand brings out the best in who you are and what you need at the time, I think. And
Yes.
I don't know if any of that made sense. I'm just speaking off the top of my head, but that's how I feel about the country.
Hey, Liz, I understand.
Do you?
I know.
Do you? Did it make sense?
It does make sense. I've said this before to the family and friends. It's scary when you look back and you think, if you didn't do the things you did to achieve your goals and come back to yourself and to find that peace. It's scary. Like, where would my life have been? But because I did it, it feels like 1,000 hugs. It feels like 1,000 hugs. Just this warm blanket, fresh out of the dryer, just on you. Like, thank you. Like you're safe. You're safe. You're totally safe. Go be you. Get out there. With this one crazy wild life. It's just, I don't know, man. Sometimes I do hear complaints from my kids, and I'm like, kids, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Just, I understand it sucks sometimes. Like today, my son didn't want to walk to school because it's raining. Like, it's just rain. It's just rain. I mean, we drove them anyways at the end, but it's just rain,
Yeah.
Let it kiss your forehead.
Exactly. I know. I hear you. I absolutely hear you there. And I think that's why, and something you said earlier, we didn't bring California to New Zealand. We didn't bring America to New Zealand. That's why I think people who try and do that struggle, because you have to let the country bring to you, not the other way round. It's not like, okay, here's my little bit of the UK, now make it feel like home to me. It's not. You are home, like you said. It's only you that's home. And so you have to open up, as scary as that can be sometimes, and uncomfortable, actually, especially for kids, because they don't understand, like they're not as wise as us, obviously. But, it's just that you have to open up and trust, and it will pay you back tenfold, absolute tenfold when you do that.
I 100% agree. Just trust. That's such a big word. Trust. So, I turned that interview we had, that was April last year. That year I turned 40, September. And I threw a big 40th birthday party here. And I invited everybody from people I met at on the team with soccer and kung fu, and at a coffee shop, at the barbecue joint down the street, the school PTA, everybody. And so many people showed up. And when you said the word trust earlier, I was like, man, I really just met these people. I really just met these people in less than a year. I trust that they will come over with their authentic self. And I trust myself to trust my intuitions, right? I'm allowing all these people into the home. Everybody. I mean, shoes on too. I was like, hey, keep your shoes on. It's all right. And, right, with Asians, right? We take our shoes off. And Uh, and because of that, I've had a nearby a South American restaurant called Lolly's. She's Venezuelan, and she brought over all the outdoor dining for us for free to sit everybody. And another American family from Michigan, been here for over 15 years, did a fire bake oven for pizza oven for everybody, like fresh pizza for everybody for free.
Oh, bless.
And then I provided Vietnamese coffee. They got a little bit of that Vietnamese coffee for the crowd too. My son and I sang a duet on our karaoke machine, Imagine Dragons, Demons, and I trusted everybody to just be yourself. I'm just gonna act silly. My neighbor came in and sang a song as well, and that's the word. You have to trust it. Don't be scared of being silly, or like just put down your walls for a second because they're more afraid of you than you are of them. It's just like that. They're more afraid. You're the one from outside. Like, who is this guy? What does he have to bring to the table? And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to sing my heart out. I'm going to just show my love that I have with my son. I give him kisses all the time. And everyone just saw that like, wow, look at this father son. Because it wasn't just my birthday. It was also Otis's birthday. I'm on September 6th. He's September 7th. He was born the day after my birthday. So we celebrated this together. And he had all his friends. He got our first rugby ball and everything. And because I trusted myself to just let it loose and trust, and the people that I met just trusted me because I showed myself full authentic self. I think that lends people to trust you even more. You're not trying to fit in. You're just being you. And I think people can read that, right? They'll know if if it's BS or not. They'll know.
Yeah.
And I don't have time for that. I've done that before. And the fastest way to make friends in a new place is you have to really, really show up and say hi, express yourself. And look, if you guys don't mesh, you can simply move along. You can simply move out and meet someone new, right? There are billions of people on this planet, right? And not everyone will get along, right? And you just have to just put yourself out there. Otherwise, if you don't put in that bait, you're not gonna get anything, right? And it's been great. I have so many groups now. I sometimes feel like I bit off more than I can chew. I've had to hang out like 3 days in a row one time, and I was just so tired. Like I just want to stay home now. And but I got options now. I got options, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's all school friends. It's all people from my jujitsu club, which I've joined because of someone I met on Trade Me selling me an item, and he said, "Hey, you should come out to my jujitsu club." I did, and now I joined, and I'm like actually yellow belt now. It's just like I'm still doing it.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
And just leaning into it. Hey, if someone says, "Hey, yo, VD, you need to try out this place," I'm going. Yes, 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 yes. And
Yeah.
it's trust people, trust them, let them take you places, let them recommend you places, let them say thank you, and you say you're welcome. Let them like take you places. Really, just go with it. Go with it.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's fantastic. I feel your energy absolutely flowing over me. I really can. Before I let you go, I want to ask you a personal question. Again, in our first interview, you very, very openly and authentically and rawly opened up about your struggles when you came out of the Marines and losing your dad at such an early age. And you went through an awful lot of trauma. If you could go back, and I ask you this question because that people are in that situation right now. They feel stuck, they feel depressed, they feel down, they feel all of those things that you have yourself experienced. if you could go back to yourself at that time in your life and give yourself some advice, even just one piece of advice or some spoken words, what would those words be?
I know it sounds cliche, but you gotta just be yourself. You have to truly be yourself. I think in the middle of feeling all those emotions, we still want to hold this image in the community, right? It's like the strongest thing in human nature. We want to feel relevant. We we feel these things and we don't show it. We're still trying to hide it. And I think whatever you're feeling at the moment right now, you need to express it. You need to let it out because there is a level of frequency and chemistry that you are actually acting on when you say it out into the universe, say it out into the world, say it out to your family and friends. Share it. You're not the only one. You are not the only one, right? And if you are, then that is a more reason to share it because someone out there thinks they're the only one. Like I said earlier, you're not alone. You're never alone. We got your back. Someone out there is listening. You think they're not, but they are. Someone out there is. And you don't have to move halfway across the world to find peace. You don't. I found it before I moved here, and that's why it was not a painful push. It was a purposeful pull. Now, find it anywhere you can. I know it's tough, but you need to let those tears go. Let it out. It's built inside you. It's biological. It's in your vagus nerve. It's in your neck. It's in your body. It's in your bones. If you don't scream it out, you don't cry it out, it's gonna be stuck in you, and it's gonna be deep inside your heart, and you're gonna live through that. And it's not a life that I recommend. It's gonna come out in some way, some shape, form, and fashion on your wife, on your husband, on your mom, dad, your kids, your friends at work. It's gonna come out. And if you don't feel it at the moment, you don't allow those emotions, it's gonna hurt a lot more. I would say just be yourself, let it out. You feel like crying, you feel like venting, do it, and then do something about it. Get a counselor, get a therapist. Okay, it needs to be normalized. This all needs to be normalized. Yeah, I'm a man, and that is masculinity as well. It's not signs of weakness. Right? Guys in the military can run towards bullets, but would curl up and hide from words. It's insane. We need to speak it up. And we need to just express ourselves. It's not a sign of weakness. It's like Brene Brown said, right? You can either choose comfort or you can either choose courage. But you can't choose both.
So true. Thank you so much. Thank you for answering that so wonderfully. And I don't know if you realize this, but the very fact that you are an ex-USA Marine who has been to Iraq and fought and bullets and all the rest of it, to speak for everyone, not just guys out there. We've got so many men in this audience, but not just anyone. It's anyone, because we hear these words a lot from people who have studied yoga all their life, or they've been to India on a retreat, or to hear it
Right.
from someone like you, it carries so much weight and so much meaning and so much normality and gratitude. Actually, we're so grateful that you are honest enough to stand up there and say that to us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank
You're
you
welcome.
for being part of our community.
Yeah.
For sharing, for allowing us to interview you and catch up with you after a year in New Zealand. You do realize now this is going to be a yearly thing, of course.
Well, yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yes,
We're
yes.
just two friends just having a conversation, and
Yeah.
whatever bits and pieces you want to take away from it, run with it.
Yes, yes. And I can't wait to see what you do moving forward. You're hugely talented. I told you this in the last interview. You need to put those words into a book, and performing them all around the world. It's something that's going to happen for you. I know it is, because when you said earlier, I just need to get out of my own way. I just need to get it down and put it out. Yes, you do, because you only need to speak, and people are listening to you, and you're making a difference to their lives with the words that you're saying. I want you to know that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. There's a PTA mom that I know as well, and she signed me up for a speaking event for the Kapiti Rotary Club. So that's coming up in May.
Yes.
My name's already on the website.
Yes. Anything you want to share on, I am more than happy to put anything, VD. I'll do anything for you to get your word out there. It's just tell me what you want me to share, and I'll share it in whatever capacity you'd like me to do that.
Oh, just I'll share with the Instagram that I have for my spoken word.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
That should be enough.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me today. This episode actually has exceeded what I hoped it would be. It was even better. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me and for sharing your story.
You're welcome, Liz. Thank you.
I'll see you next
for
year
providing
then.
the space. Yeah, for sure. All right, put on the calendar. Here we go, 2027. Whoa.
Oh, thank you so much, VD. I'll speak to you soon.
All right. Bye, Liz.
Bye.
I really hope you enjoyed that show as much as I enjoyed recording it. If you're moving to New Zealand and you are interested in joining the Slack group, the private community group that we raved about and talked about on today's show, then you need to head over and get our free 5-day video guide. This is a video guide that sends you a video every day for 5 days, sharing some aspect of what life in New Zealand is like. It's absolutely free. And then when you get to the 5th day, you will be given the option of whether or not you want to join the private community, the one that we talked about. It's a fabulous, fabulous resource. I don't need to say anything more because you've already heard all about it. Go over, take the free 5-day video guide, get to day 5, and then you can decide whether or not you'd like to be a member and join our private community along with me and Brian and all those other fabulous people that are walking along the same path as you and making the move to New Zealand. So head on over to www.nzahead.com/free. Head on over to www.nzahead.com/free and get your free 5-day video guide. Get to day 5 and then you decide if you want to come and join us in our private membership group. I hope to see you on the other side. Imagine this, you live in California, you're a teenager, you've just come out of high school and you go into the US Marine Corps. You stay in the Marines fighting for your country for 10 years and when you come out, you have a burning desire to move to New Zealand.
The timing of it all, just full trust in higher power in the universe in telling you, you're home now. It's not that I am going away. I tell people, I'm not moving away, guys. I'm going home.
In this week's episode, you're going to meet VD. This is probably one of the very, very best episodes on the NZ Ahead podcast you will ever listen to. I'm not going to say any more than that. Just watch the episode and see what I mean. Let's jump on in and speak to this amazing man, VD.